Hey everybody, welcome back to the Best Coin News channel on YouTube. I'm Son of a Silver Stacker. Today's date is the 19th day of March, 2024. Let's get busy with it. Here we go. MoneyMetals.com. Looks like gold is now down 420 to 2166.60. Silver down 12 cents to 25.11. Platinum down 15.80 to 912.40, and palladium down 25.25 to 1039.95. You're looking at an in-stock American Silver Eagle whose premium is 809. It was 699 for a good month or two or three. Yeah, much better than the $15 or $20 we saw in 2023 and 2022. And you're going to get out of there for a total item cost of $33.20 for a quantity of 1 through 39 there. And look here at the bottom, yep, $26.88 each is the buyback price. So that went down a little bit. Does that mean that the bullion dealers had a little bit more U.S. Mint bullion on hand so they could lower the buyback cost? It could be, but we don't have any new tale to tell for these numbers. And honestly, they're running real light. I mean, if we do get new numbers, that would be spectacular. But 87,500 for January, and then 8,000 for March. Yeah, that's a tenth, folks. That's less than a tenth right there. Look at this, 500. Same story. It's brutal. We're seeing a fraction of what we should be seeing. Now, let's keep on keeping on. This is what it's all about right here. This is Yahoo Finance. Title of this article is the U.S. spent $179 million in 2023 minting pennies and nickels, and $100 bills are increasingly meh. Yeah, who wrote that? Who writes meh? Why do we still need cash is the question there they are asking. And that's from Maria Soledad and David Calero. And that was Wednesday, March 13, 2024, at 6:30 a.m. Eastern Time. It's a 5-minute read, but we're not doing the whole 5 minutes. We're just going to read the particulars. Look at that. That's a $100 bill, and it looks like it's been shredded. Yowza. All right, it says here, for the 19th consecutive year, a penny costs more to produce than it's worth. Absolutely, we know that. There have been other times pennies have cost more than 1 cent, but this is its longest losing streak. They now cost 3 cents. It's actually over 3 cents, while nickels cost 11.5 cents. Absolutely. Producing these two coins last year cost the U.S. Mint $179 million. Meanwhile, and I don't know why they pop in here with the $100 bills. $100 bills are increasingly awkward to use. Yeah, could just spell that out. Oh, I guess there's a hyperlink here, and it explains why it's awkward. But have you ever been to a place where they're like, you give them a $100 bill, and they're like, we can't take that. You're in the drive-through at Chick-fil-A. We can't take that. We'll take a 20. And I'm like, well, I don't have that. And then they just give you the food for free, and you're gone, right? Now, it says here many economists favor eliminating them entirely. That's $100 bills. And in 2021, consumers use credit cards for 50%, 57% of purchases, according to the Federal Reserve. And I would imagine 2022 and 2023 and 2024, you're going to see a bigger number than that. I think people, we've already seen $1 trillion credit card debt, right? This is incredible. We are at a really incredible time. And I do believe we're going to see a breakout for copper and nickel. And that's why I'm showing you this right here. So both ends of the financial spectrum, American currency has never been less useful, and for some more onerous. But as for others, it remains crucial. Absolutely. And let's see here. The story continues. There we go. We want to facilitate commerce. That's what the U.S. Mint does. While Congress has spent more than 30 years entertaining legislation to eliminate the penny. That's right. Remember in the 1980s? No, well, actually, okay. So in the 1940s, they changed the composition of the Lincoln cent, right? They went from steel. They went to steel, right? From copper to steel. And then in 1970s, I think it was 72, 73, 74, they were looking into it for like 10 years, how they wanted to change the Lincoln cent to aluminum. And I believe there's maybe a couple, maybe one or two, 1974 Lincoln cents made out of aluminum. Yeah. If you got one of those bad boys, you can just write your own ticket right there. All right, that's amazing. So this is something the United States Mint and the Congress has been working on for maybe more than 30 years, right? Because, yeah, 1982. Is that 30 years? I think that's like 40 years, isn't it? I don't know. To eliminate the penny, as countries, including Canada, which has eliminated its penny in 2013, and Sweden, which was ahead of the curve by removing the one-or coin in 1972, Professor Robert Wapples of Wake Forest University says he's not optimistic of a meaningful change anytime soon. Well, that's great. Me personally, I think, instead of just getting rid of it, why can't we talk a replacement, right? So why do you have to get rid of it altogether? Why can't you say, well, the dime is great. We make a lot of seigniorage on that, and The quarter, we still make money on that, and the 50-cent piece. And I think that's why the United States Mint is actually striking 50-cent pieces. It helps offset that seigniorage from the penny and the nickel. So let's keep on keeping on here. Like I said, let's swap it out. Let's have a 3-cent coin or a 6-cent coin or 8-cent, whatever, but not just totally get rid of it. All right. One reason the Mint keeps making pennies, Wapples, I love that name, Wapples. It's like Mr. Whipple, don't squeeze the Charmin, explained, it is because so many pennies end up in jars, on dressers, and scattered on coffee table. Did I just describe half of you or 3/4 of you, or maybe even 90% of you listening? Yeah, we all do. People don't use them, and the government wants hard currency to be circulated. You want your money to make transactions more efficient. You want your money to facilitate commerce. And let's face it, folks, we know that when we use cash at a business, it really helps them out, because when we use a card, there's credit card fees that they have to pay, and so on and so forth. And it's like nickel and diming the retailer. But if we give them cash money, ultimately they're going to be making more money in the end. And hey, you know what? You never know. If you ask if you can use cash, they might give you a discount equal to or greater than just around sales tax. Now, sales tax, right? That's not that bad. Here in Florida, they have back to school sales where it's like no sales tax on some of the items you can buy. Now, obviously, that works really well with the big ticket items, but not necessarily for a pencil, right? So, yeah, it's kind of, you got to do the math. All right. Here we go. It says here the Mint makes money by selling gold and silver bullion to the public, along with specialty coins. We all love those, don't we? It also sells to other governments. U.S. currency is sold to the Federal Reserve at face value because dimes and quarters cost less to make up their face value. In 2023, this created $430 million in seigniorage, and I don't know why they didn't put the half dollars in there as well. Or surplus, the opposite of producing the pennies and nickels. Now, here we go. This is where it really gets down to it. Taxpayers don't, this is, how everybody, well, the Mint doesn't operate on tax dollars. They operate on their, yeah, here we go. Look at this. All right, because it's getting kind of sticky over there. Taxpayers don't directly bear the cost of producing coins that fewer and fewer people use since 1996. Here we go. Creation of the Public Enterprise Fund. The Mint has been self-funded, and any surplus in operating expenses is donated to the Treasury to help pay off the national debt. Honestly, that national debt is such a joke. I think that money should be spent in other places, maybe sent to the homeless, maybe sent to homeless shelters, food shelters, food banks, that sort of thing, right? Wouldn't that be something? That would be excellent in my book. Well, guess what? In 2023, the U.S. Mint did not make any such transfers to pay off the national debt. What? Yeah. What? Yeah. That's incredible right now. This just talks about the dollar. I'm not going to talk about that. I'm 8 minutes in. I'm going to keep on keeping on, right? This is coinnews.net. This is from May 8, 2023 by Mike Unser. Mr. Mike Unser, I got to meet you someday. Bills aim to allow U.S. Mint to alter coin composition. This was back in May 8, 2023, and the bill is H.R., that's House Resolution 2817, and Senate Bill 1228. They have identical language, and each is cited as the Coin Metal Modification, Authorization, and Cost Savings Act of 2023. Yeah, so they're ready. They're ready to do this, to make that move. They just got to sign it and let it go. May 8, 2023, according to the U.S. Mint's latest annual report, the cost to produce and distribute coins for circulation. Obviously, this is outdated. Okay, this is outdated by a couple pennies. All right. Now, with that said, if that is truly the case here, guess what? Yeah, it's getting worse, not better. And do you think next year is going to get better or worse, considering all the inflation and all the things we're seeing? Yeah, absolutely not. It's not going to get better. Now, it says here, in order for a bill to become law, it must be approved by both House and Senate and signed by the president. I'm just a bill sitting here on Capitol Hill. The one when you're a kid. That's basically what goes on there. So, yeah, I'll leave a link in the description for this one. But look, it gets more intense, right? We talked about this. This is from Mike Unser, February 9, 2024. Penny costs 3 cents, and the nickel costs 11.5 cents. And and it doesn't even talk about how the Mint paid any money towards the national debt. It says here, I think I highlighted it, fiscal year 2023, the Mint's told to administer and distribute 1 cent increased to 3 cents from 2.5 cents almost. That's 12.5% increase. And the unit cost for 5 cent rose 11.5 cents to 10.9%. Yeah, look at that. 10% cost right there. That's not easy to offset as a business owner. It really is not. It really is not. Oh, and by the way, just so you know, this one here, this article by Mike Unser dated February 8th, it does have the coin compositions that they're going to be using right here. Look at that. Alternatively, the Mint recommends granting them the authority to use 80/20 cupro nickel for the 5 cent, 10 cent, 25 cent, and 50 cent half dollar. Yeah, look at that. Based on 2022 production levels, this could increase revenue by approximately 12 million per year, and it is the one alternative metal that has completed its full research. Yeah, they're ready, folks. They're super duper duper ready. Now let's keep on keeping on. This is where it really gets interesting. All right. So there it is. That's copper. This is the Google machine. Today's date is 3/19/2024. This is 19 hours ago. Is a copper crisis coming? Prices hit new highs on smelter cuts. What? 21 hours ago, copper's bull run is only just beginning. This is 1 hour ago. St. Paul, well, that's copper wire theft. I guess that's a problem. St. Paul, there we go here. Copper price hits new 11-month high with global rate policy in focus. What? Yeah. Prices are getting more expensive for copper. Yeah, and with that whole Ukraine conflict and what's going on in Israel and all the other geopolitical tensions, copper is an important metal. Not only is it an important metal for war, but it's also an important metal for, guess what? Yeah, the green movement. They talk about, obviously, they're going to need the copper for, industrial, they use it for the mint, but they don't, and they also, they need copper for, the new green technologies, but they don't say, yeah, copper is going to be hugely needed for war. Because remember what I told you about the Lincoln cent back in 1943 and 44, the U.S. Mint was like, yeah, we're going to give you all the copper you need, Navy, to make those shells. And then, obviously we have those Lincoln cents from what, 45, 46, 47, whatever, that are actually made out of shells from the U.S. Navy. So that's incredible. It really is. But look, this is just getting worse, folks. I'm telling you, something is up and it's going to pop soon. And I don't believe it is just copper. Look at this 24 hours ago. Strength seen in Southern Copper. Can its 6% jump turn into more strength? Gold, silver, copper daily forecast. When do you ever see a non-precious metal lumped in with precious metals? Right there, right? Yeah, it must be important. Impossible game of whack-a-mole. Copper wire theft community forum. All right, whack-a-mole. Love that game. Gold prices hover 2150 ahead of the Fed meeting. Copper edges lower by investing.com. So we're in it, folks. We are really in it. Now, here's another question. Where are the 2024 Jefferson nickels? Yeah, that's one there. There's only 49 results, which really isn't that many if you think about it, because a lot of them are San Francisco, or sets, a complete set, right? Look at that, 24S, 24S, 24S. And that one, I don't even know if it's a 24 Jefferson nickel, whatever, I don't know. More sets, more S. So well, there's actually some right there. Those are 24D right there. But there's so few and far between. There's another 24D. There's more 24D. Where's it? Oh, that's cool. I'll have to check that out later. So yeah, here we are. We're looking at these particular items here, and they're mostly S. And where are the P's, right? There's none. So what is it that the United States Mint is doing this year? Obviously, they have really, look, the proof set is out before most Jefferson nickels from Philadelphia and Denver this year. What does that tell you? And should we be collecting 23 Jefferson nickels? I would think so, but I really, honestly, I just saw that. Thank you very much. Do appreciate the reminder. Now, what I'm saying here is that should we be collecting 23 nickels? And maybe 23 Lincoln cents. And if we do see 24 Lincoln cents and 24 Jefferson nickels, we should absolutely be testing them, their weight. Now, if you have something to test their electromagnetic signature, I would do that as well, because you would be, the king, the bufu, if you were the one to discover the metal change the contents. Okay, thank you, sir. Appreciate that. Moving on. All right, this is the Congress bill, Coin Metal Modification Authorization Act of 2023. And yes, it is still the 118th Congress, so they still have an opportunity to do this. So it's going to reduce costs, be seamless, have a minimal adverse impact. There you go. Now over here to 3/9's fine. Bam! This is courage. Who has courage anymore anyway? Without courage, there cannot be truth, and without the truth, there can be no other virtue. Sir Walter Scott said that. Now let's head over to 3/9's fine, 99.9 KOI News Radio. What is this? This is Wild Cherry. Play that funky music. Wow. That's a great song. Hope you dig it. I know I do. Now, with that said, I want to thank you all for coming. Thanks for dropping by. Don't forget to hit that like button. And if you do like what you hear and see, well, sub the channel. It's free. Stacker out.